Perfect.
Because obviously, like, we both struggled with motivation of late. So, like, so like right now, what are the things that you're doing to try to get motivated? If there is such a thing.
Just honestly, just show up. Show up. And I was actually watching a video that commented on something we have mentioned before, that even just something as simple as like getting your pre-workout ready, like kind of just instinctively tells your body that it's time to go, whether you want to or not. We're gonna do some things.
Well, how many times have we've joked that, like, I take my pre-workout and I'm like, it's go time. And like, for many, many years I didn't take a pre-workout, and I still really don't think it does anything for me. It's more of like, when I take it, I know that in the next 15 minutes I'm going to get the fuzzies, and if I don't get the the blood flowing, that it's And yesterday we were talking about, like, on the days that you really don't want to train, like just doing the things you want to do. Like, if I benched on Monday and it's Tuesday and I want to bench again, just bench again. Like, I just don't do the same thing you did yesterday. Maybe go lighter, or do something fun with it. But I think we get so caught up in, like, it's got to be the perfect workout, I'm just not going to do anything. That we just don't do anything. And I was telling a client last night that, it's like, if there's a 5-step way to success, like steps 1 through 3 or maybe even 4 is going to the gym, or wherever it is you're going to do your workout. It's like actually physically making that, because once you're there, you're going to do it. It might not be your best effort, but it's going to be better than the alternative. And so, like you and I were talking yesterday outside, like, there's not a recipe for just flipping the switch and all of a sudden being motivated. And you've got a meet coming up, and so this is like the peak time for you to be pushing it, but yet sometimes the brain-body connection isn't there. And and I go through periods where it's like I'm really eager to train for weightlifting, and then I go through periods where I'm really eager to train for conditioning, and then I go through periods where I really just want to do all the things that make my muscles swole, and then there's times where I don't want to train at all. But it's like, just because I'm doing something, that I'm capable of switching my training to other things too. And so it's like, I might not be in the best shape to do a conditioning workout, but it's still going to be fun. Or like even today, as I was doing my bench work, it felt worse than it did a month ago, but it still felt good. And so, and I think that's where, like having accountability. I know, like you and I talked about, like between me being sick and then we had the holidays, like we missed quite a few training days, and it threw us both off. And so having, either a friend or a coach or a group of people, or even like the same people you see at the gym every single day, if you go at 4:30 or whatever, there's that accountability of, hey, so-and-so's going to be there, or whatever. And that's what's kind of helped me go a lot, is just, knowing that you need the training for your meet makes me show up to give you the support. And like, even though I trained earlier than you yesterday, I wanted to stick around and, kind of be there for that. So, but that's like today, just this idea of, I don't want to train or work out, or I'm not motivated to work out. But if your goal in any capacity requires your physical health, whether it's weight loss, muscle gain, performance, maybe you've got a vacation coming up, or maybe you just don't want to be somebody who as you get older can't do certain things. It's like, if you have the ability, just go do something. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't even have to be the workout that's intended for the day. And so that's like, and obviously it's easy to sit and try to like come up with solutions, but sometimes you just got to punch your card. Because then when you are motivated, it's like, I didn't go backwards. I didn't lose everything because I took 2 weeks off when I was sick and didn't feel well, or something, happened at work, or me and a friend are having an argument, it's like, I didn't just stop. And so therefore then you have 2 weeks to a month of like neurological reconditioning and all these things that have to happen.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I'm glad I did that. So, but no, I think, there's the phrase, don't rely on motivation, rely on discipline.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that I'm guilty of, just some days not wanting to do anything, period. And that, that might even be like I get home and I just want to, watch TV and eat chips. So any tips for how to overcome it, or do we cover it all?
I think just like we already covered, just show up. I mean, I know sometimes it has a bad connotation, but sometimes just going through the motions is better than not going through the motions.
Well, and I get frustrated because like every online influencer, or like a lot of these people that show up on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, they always talk about like you got to get the most out of it, and you got to train super hard, and you got to every day's got to be your best day. And it's like there's probably one in 100, maybe even 1 in 500 average citizens that live busy lives that can actually do that.
Yeah.
The rest of us have to, do kind of an 80-20, or take what you can when it's there, really push it when you're feeling good, and then on the days you're not, just kind of take it easy. Obviously, there's exceptions to every rule, but I actually believe that, and I think you and I have had many discussions about, there's no perfect recipe for everybody.
Yeah.
And even if you took 5 people that are the exact age, height, weight, and have the same goals, they could do the same program and have different results. Mm-hmm. And because there's so many other factors that could potentially be involved, stress and lifestyle and all those things. But at the same time, if they train long enough, they'll kind of yield similar at the end. And so consistency trumps perfection.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, well, good. Thanks for the chat.
Go team.
If this becomes a thing, then who knows?
Have to find a signature line.
Well, I got my Easy Day shirt on. I think you have yours too.
Yep.
So, cool. Thank you. Until next time.
Yeah.